Welcome to That One Time in Business with me, your host, Casey Renee, a creative director and brand strategist who has 1,000,001 stories and lessons to share. Now remember, these are teachable moments with a twist and a laugh. So let's get started. Okay, so boom. Y'all already know it's That One Time in Business, part 2. Let's keep it going.
It's interesting you said that because honestly, I'm still wrapping my brain around what my gift is. I think I know what some of my talents are, but I haven't fully actualized what my gift is.
Yeah, but that takes time. That's a search. And I think you starting in therapy, because we muffle and muddle what we think our gifts are with what we're good at. And that's not how that works. You know, people, I could be good at hitting a baseball, but that's not my purpose. That's not where I want to be, or I want to do. So we have to, that's a journey within yourself that you kind of have to go through. And if you believe in a higher power, I mean, I know we do, but for everybody listening, if you believe in a higher power, that's one of them situations you just kind of have to tap into and be like, hey, this is, you got to kind of search for those answers. And I think, so I'm having this problem right now, and maybe you can agree. I am having a fucking problem with TikTok right now. It's not the platform, okay?
The consumption or creation.
I'm having a problem with the people on it. And I don't know, and I'm trying to use my discernment of, like, am I judging these people or am I blocked? Like, I don't know somebody's financial situation. So I don't know if somebody is like, oh my God. Like, it hurts my soul to know that I and other fellow creators are very talented and we can go on live and it could be like less than 5 people in a room. But we're literally displaying our talents and our purpose and the things we love and the passion, and no one sees it. But then you log on and you have somebody say, thank you for the roses, roses, glizzies, go. Like, yeah, and they're just floating and they're like, and I'm just, and there's like 3,000 people watching them, just pouring money into them. And I think, honestly, I think this is a millennial thing where millennials are now having midlife crisis, because especially those who are creatives in their own businesses, because what's happening is we were brought up to go to school. We were brought up to do these things by the book. Don't embarrass us. Don't do, those type of things, right? So as business owners, we are trying to be creative, but still within the same standard set of rules that we were brought in as. So, but then you have like some of the things that's going on where, I mean, some millennials are getting into it, but we see Gen Z and they're just like, fuck going to work, fuck doing this, fuck doing that. I'm going to do this. This is the way of life. And it's like, I'm not mad at them. Like, I'm excited for them. I'm low-key hating on them. But like, one girl was like, I'm going to just try it. She logged off, and I think in like 2 hours, she made like $800. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't mean for my response to sound as insensitive as it's about to sound. I think you give so many fucks about it. Like, it's always gonna be cool. It's always gonna be coons. It's always gonna be clowns. It's always gonna be people doing some shit. Be in town. Like, that's the thing. It's always gonna be that. Like, you guys, like, it's always gonna be fucking Shark Tank, and there's always gonna be Love and Hip Hop. The thing is, or Zeus. The thing is, those shits come and go and they fizzle out at the end of the day. And it's a matter of like, how much are you willing to do, or how much are you willing to sacrifice for the dollar? And I think when you get frustrated by that, it distracts your higher being from directing you to the course you're supposed to be on. Because it's always gonna be cool. Always gonna be clowns. It's always gonna be clowns. And then, like, at what cost?
There is a cost to that. If we're just gonna keep on this, There's a cost
Yes.
because that is like some people like it for like they think about gaming and stuff like that, but then there's a dark side to that where people take that as fetish. So in my mind, I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
you're getting all
And
these
that's energy.
followers, and now they're looking at
But
your lane. You can never come out and be like, I have a self-help book. No, bitch.
that's this is what you do. This is what you do. And this is in 3 weeks when there's another trend, you can't even like. I hope that you saved that eight hundred
That's true.
dollars because at the end of the day, what's $800 for sitting and shucking and driving for 3 hours? Nigga, no, I'm not doing it. And I think that's a difference because at the end of the day, it's always gonna be something stupid you can make money off of. You can start an OnlyFans right now, post your feet.
Don't
You know what I
I
mean?
already tried.
You didn't. You should you should let me market
I
it for you. You
couldn't keep
probably
up.
you
Let
knowing you posted one picture and then make $1,000 in 5 minutes and was like, oh, I'm
No,
over
what
this.
had
I'm
happened
done.
was clients wasn't paying me on time, and you gotta keep them feet up. And I couldn't keep up with the demand with my feet. The prices of the pedicures up here, the DMV area. So I had to
You had the wrong yeah, you had the wrong client. So you gotta get you some never mind. I ain't gonna say that on this. Yeah, up here.
let me tell you, you really need to be getting.
Ooh-wee.
No,
Listen,
it is,
you
and
see,
I do like I apologize to God about it. I be like, yeah, I'm so sorry, because I be catching myself, but it's just like everything is just so it's happening so fast around you, and it's like you're literally trying to stay in alignment. You're trying to stay with morals. You're trying to stay on topic. You're trying to stay on task. You're just trying to just live, and it's just like I get in those points where I be like, Casey, shut the fuck up, because you don't know what that 800, somebody could have been $800 away from living in their car. So I try to be really mindful of, I know some people just doing it just to do it, but there's some people that probably do it, have multiple jobs, but they still need more because life is lifing. So I try to really do that, but it's just so frustrating. And then especially like just being a creative, like life is
yeah.
frustrating, but you're supposed to remain creative.
Have when I get like that, I read the 73rd Psalm
Okay.
and talks about how basically what you just described, looking at other people feeling that they're winning and all this other stuff, but coming to that realization that dang, that's not really anything to be jealous over. That the structure that's coming. I think what made me do it was Laura Hill has a verse in her song, You Can Get the Mud, Follow Our. And she said, I remain calm reading the 73rd Psalm because while all this going on, I got the world in my palm. So it made me go read it. And that's what it talks about. It talks about like the person literally I don't know the Bible enough to know who's talking, but that person literally goes from their space that you just talked about to getting peace and recognizing that God is in control of everything, because it's easy to focus on the resource instead of the source. So when you do that, you just have to step back and recognize that, like, at the end of the day, it only takes one opportunity. And I know sometimes when you get financially stressed and we be trying to figure it out, but one of the quotes, like, it's like you can plant an entire garden, but if God don't send the rain, it ain't gonna grow.
This
So
is true.
and when we get distracted, focusing on the resources instead of the source, that's when all that anxiousness and anger comes, and that negative energy does nothing but distract you from your higher power or your sports or your spirit or your creative body telling you, hey, this is the way out of this shit. If you just, I know you can't see this right now, but if you just take 2 steps to the
Baby.
right,
And do your hokey pokey and turn your ass.
turn yourself right. That's what it's all about. Because and I know you've experienced it, because we've been in business similar times. Like sometimes you'll be rattling your brain and try to make this opportunity happen, make all this opportunity happen, and then some shit comes out of nowhere that you wouldn't even have thought to do. And it'll be something like, hey, I got a budget for XYZ. Can you produce ABC? And it's, hell yeah. Actually, here's the template.
Oh,
Here's the
good.
invoice.
I'm
Thank you.
really on Philippians 4, 6, and 7.
What's that?
Don't worry. Basically, stop being anxious. God got you. Yeah, that's the only way I can
Yeah.
really.
It's another one. I don't know this. I ain't no Bible scholar. It's
Oh,
something like
Bible
being
stuff.
faithful over a few things to get more. So it's like sometimes you got to step back because we get so what you focus on and what you attract. So if you focus on lacking what you don't have, you're gonna attract more of that. But if you focus on what you do have and be a good steward over that, more will come.
And now a quick commercial break.
Tired of clients not understanding your creative vision? Artboard Studio is here to save the day. With Artboard Studio, you can showcase your ideas seamlessly, impressing clients and upselling your services. Create stunning mock-ups that bring your designs to life, making it easier than ever for clients to see your vision. And the best part? You can try Artboard Studio's Pro Plan free for 3 months. Just use the code TOTIB3PRO. Don't miss out on the exclusive offer. Get Artboard Studio and transform the way you communicate your creativity today. I keep getting on myself about that because so I'm about to start Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Myers. And my whole thing right now is I don't know what is up with my mind. I don't know, like, the doubt lately. But then I look at it like, all right, God, you about to do something really great because it has to be the devil. Like, it has to be the devil because I cannot understand what else this would, like, something great has to be coming. Because why is he on my back so hard?
Not on your back. It does not. No, I feel you though, because sometimes it can get heavy. It's automatic negative thoughts, and something like what I've had to learn to do, and I'm still learning, and I'm still very early in the process, is you have to challenge those thoughts because they get heavy, and you have to like literally say, do I have undeniable evidence that this is the truth?
Yeah.
Not am I having a moment, but just challenging the thoughts. And it takes work, and it's hard, but I get it. Once those shits jump on you, it's just like, all right, damn, like give a bitch a break.
Yeah, and
like,
then you own a business on the top of that. It's like your business don't move if you don't move. It's not like a full running oil machine where it's like, all right, if I'm having a bad day, there's 20, 30 other people that can keep up the weight. That's not how it goes. So my goal with this Battlefield of the Mind book is to kind of like figure it out because I don't know, like last couple of nights I'd be up. I've been journaling a lot more though. I did it. I journaled a lot during quarantine and I really feel like it helped and I kind of stopped. See, that's where we mess up too. When we feel like we get our footing, we kind of stop what we're doing stop doing the things that we needed to, to get here. And that's one thing I'm very guilty of. Like I was walking every day, I was journaling, I was meditating. And when I tell you I never made so much money in my business, like, and then I was like, okay, well, I got this. Thank you. And I kind of just stopped. And then it was like, oh, this is a thing.
How to Own Your Own Mind is another good one too, by Napoleon Hill. That's another really good one to kind of like, it's certain books I've read that pretty much restructured my approach to life on a very profound way. And that's one of them. It's actually one I've reread like twice. And I probably need to start a third time because I get something different every time. But it's also one of those books you don't read to finish. It's like you read some of it and you just live and meditate and process it. So that's another thing to do. And also, you mentioned noise. Like we're creative, so we also got to recognize that we're sensitive to stuff. So do you feel a lot of noise in your brain?
Yeah, no, I feel like I feel like I have like this long ass running to-do list in my mind that like it does not cut off. And then even when I finally kind of get that down or like, I can't say muted, but even when I get it down, then my dumbass will be like, oh, let me log on to like Pinterest or something. And then I'd be like getting inspired. So then
it starts back up. Yeah.
Because I think.
And you want to keep the inspiration.
Exactly. Like I feel like I need to be inspired at all times.
Yeah. I feel like people don't understand the creative process. It isn't something we just snap on and snap off. And if your shit is not in line in life, it ain't like you're going to produce trash. And I think also what you have, well, not you, damn. What we have to be like conscious of is like everything is energetic. You got to be conscious of like the content you taking in, what you eating, who you fucking. Yeah. I'm serious because that transference of energy is no joke. You come out of some shit feeling insecure and you're not an insecure person. And it's like, no, that hopped on you.
No, it is. That transfer energy shit is very real. And it really.
Yeah, and then that motherfucker walk around all happy like.
especially when you're creative. Because you can have, like, it's happened to me where I have woken up and I be so inspired, and one conversation, one bad look, one, what's wrong with you? And then he be like, well, fuck it. And I just be out. I be like, all right, well, that was fun. I'm good. I'm done. And everything that I wanted to tackle or get done. So, like, even this morning, I woke up early and I was doing work. You know, I didn't want the kids up. I didn't want nothing. I was like, let me just take this. And I know I had to eat it later because the later they stay up, the later they wake up, the later they're going to stay up later. I have to just eat it on the back end, and that's fine. But I needed a moment when I felt like creative. I literally woke up, stretched, thank you God for waking me up, and I went straight downstairs to my computer. You know, and I don't get those moments a lot.
Mine at night.
Oh, you're at night?
Mine happen at night. Well, it alternates. Like for like a past 3 weeks, it's been like a 12 to 3 a.m. type thing. But I think maybe like 4 days ago was switched to a morning situation. But that's hard because for your sanity, you know, we have to have anchors in our day. So I have like 2 or 3 different formats to my day. One of them is like, okay, the gym is at 10:30. You go like this, da-da-da-da-da. Another one is, all right, the gym is at 2:30 this day. You do your stuff in this day. Another one is like the gym is 7 this day, but I have to have we have to have our anchors to keep us sane. Otherwise, you're just floating through the day, going through mundane tasks, hoping you get stuff done, and it's all scattered.
I keep saying like creatives, like there aren't some type A creatives. There are some creatives who are very structured. Me personally, I am not. Like I do a lot of my structure on Sundays because that is when it's kind of silent for me. I don't have to worry about people's emails. Like I can just focus on the things that need to be done for the week. Now when the week come, and interferences come, and life is coming, it might move around a little, but I know because of Sunday, there's certain things that I really need to hone in on. It very, what is the word? What is it? Encompassing?
Encompass
No.
this? You gonna make now who making the words now?
It's cumbersome.
You was on a whole nother page in the dictionary. I used to be a very structured creative, now not so much. Because our creativity evolves as we evolve, I feel like, and different things come out. So different things inspire me now. Where it used to be very structured and symmetrical, and you know what I mean? Like a very, I guess, like a nigga designed it. You know what I mean? Like someone who's in a boardroom designed this, and it's going to be very successful commercially. Like my creativity doesn't work like that. And then I feel like, honestly, and this is probably a whole nother episode, when AI came out, there was a game changer for me because it just unclogged some pipe in my brain.
And those prompts make you be creative, and it makes you, you know, the prompts make you tap into another side. Like you have to be very descriptive. It makes you articulate, but those are not bad attributes for creators because we are so used to just seeing it in our mind. So I used to do this thing with clients where I'd be like, I can see it in my mind. Just give me a moment. But now it forces you to actually articulate what you're seeing in your mind because there's no way that this tool can, give it out for you. But so this is what I like to ask, all my guests when they come. I'd like to always say, so, what did you learn? Or if you had to say something to that person, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm not going to ask that one. What I'm going to ask you is, for those trying to run a business, stay creative, and just balance, what is one piece of advice that you have for them?
It's not, mine's going to be kind of long. And it's bullets I feel I need to hit. One, creativity before anything. Because you can focus, like, there are things that have to be honed, and there are things that you can just learn. Business is something you can learn. And what I don't like for people to do is to focus so much on the business. I don't want it to sound like that, or the framework of the business, and you don't even have a successful product yet in your creative process. Because you can plug anything into the business, and we can spend all day into it. But if you throw some bullshit in there, it's going to be trash. So focus on your creative, because once once you start focusing on the business part of it, that creative disappears for a moment. It's like if you're focused on paperwork and taxes and all these other things, that creative is going to be nowhere to be found. And what you're going to learn is it's not as easy to switch between the two in the beginning. So when you want to sit down and try to like come up with something, you're going to realize, oh, my brain is still in business mode. So I can't even create right now.
Yeah, that's why I had admin days. I'm like, look.
So one, creativity first. Two, grace. You have to give yourself grace. You are going to fuck up multiple times. You are going to disappoint people multiple times. You are going to disappoint yourself multiple times. And you have to learn how to give yourself grace and to forgive yourself and move forward. And lastly is, I know this is cliche as fuck, but focus on the journey and not the destination, because that's what people buy into. And once you get there, it's done. Like, it's one thing to be like, all right, here's my finished, perfect, presentable business, buy into this. It's another thing when people watch that process and grow with you and feel a bond with you to the point where when you decide to pivot, if you decide to pivot, they're willing to take that leap with you because they see that you're going to bring something to completion. So that's all I got. Ain't got no more.
I love it. And I love you. And I thank you for coming to my podcast at One Time in Business. So did you enjoy the gems I dropped today? Or feel normalized after you push play? Well, feel free to like, subscribe, and share that One Time in Business with me, your host, Casey Renee. Now remember, we are all in this crazy shit together.